But they really went for it with a very special episode in season 2 titled The Uh-Oh Feeling. As the show begins, Webster tells his classmate Beth, played by future Days of Our Lives star Allison Sweeney, that he really likes their new math tutor named Mr. Todson. But she doesn't feel the same way. As the unseen teacher dismisses the class, he tells Beth that he wants her to stay and sends Webster away.
He said, I heard, but it's okay. My day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, see ya.
Bye.
Oh, and close the door, honey.
On his way out of school, Webster realizes he's still carrying Beth's books, so he goes back to the classroom and overhears Beth's objections to touching and tickling.
And I'm so proud of you. And now that we're friends, why not be a good little girl and give Mr. Todson a big hug?
Okay.
Oh, what a nice hug.
Thank you. Mr. Todson, stop tickling me there.
Webster's quick thinking leads him to yell through the door to tell Beth that their ride is waiting, while Mr. Todson warns Beth not to tell anyone about their little secret, or else her parents won't like her anymore and she'll get into big trouble.
Beth, it's me, Webster. Ma'am and George outside. They came to pick us up. They said come right away. I'm coming.
Beth, this has got to be our little secret. Trust me, if you tell your mother and dad, they're not going to like you anymore, and they're going to be very mad at you.
You've got to promise not to tell. But I'll get in trouble, please. Okay, I promise.
That night, at dinner with George and Ma'am, Webster wasn't interested in talking about Mr. Todson. He went so far as to fake being sick to avoid going to school the next day, and ends up terrified in his closet, refusing to go. And when Webster's found by his parents, he finally tells them about his tutor.
And then he said Moms and Daddies get mad, and Beth made me promise not to tell. And I did promise, and tomorrow was my turn, and today's tomorrow.
Oh, honey, I know. You must have been very scared.
As George's anger swells, Webster says he's worried about getting into trouble for telling on his teacher, but his parents assure him that he did the right thing. Then, they tell Beth's mom what happened, but she refuses to believe Webster's story. Still, George and Ma'am contact the authorities, call the Center for Child Abuse, and bring in a therapist to talk to Webster and his class about good, bad, and confusing touches.
There are some touches that are good touches, and there are some touches that are bad touches, and there are some touches that are just plain confusing. You know, sometimes a good touch can turn into a bad touch, and then you start to think, I'm not sure I like this anymore. Now,
How do you know for sure when a touch is really bad?
well, you get a different feeling inside. It's kind of a tingly little feeling that says, uh-oh. And that uh-oh feeling tells you something's wrong.
As the episode comes to an end, the National Child Abuse Hotline number is displayed. Is the episode a little cheesy? Maybe, but it was definitely informative. The therapist talking to the kids on their level